Hello world, welcome to Learning Java, one byte at a time. This is video 36 in a tutorial series geared at bringing the wonderful wide world of Java to those with little or no programming experience. This video is a continuation of the development of the Booker application, a vehicle appraisal app. And in the last video, we finished writing the price adjuster class, which is called by the bluebook class and accepts a vehicle object, which then returns an appraisal value based on all of the attributes of that vehicle object. So in this video, we're going to write a unit testing class to ensure it's working correctly. And I can tell you right off the bat, there are a couple of errors, but given that I wanted to do this side by side, we're going to go ahead and run the compiler and let those errors occur and fix them together side by side. So if we jump in here to Notepad++, the first thing I want to point out is I have already written a testing class for these two classes. And so this is a public class called test with the static void main method. And all I'm doing is just declaring two objects. I'm declaring a bluebook object and a vehicle object. And so in order to declare a bluebook object, in order to construct this, we're just going to call it bluebook. And we're going to call the class bluebook the method getBluebookInstance, and that instance, as you remember, is a singleton, and it's going to return an instance of a bluebook object to us that we're simply going to assign here to the variable we're calling bluebook. Likewise, the vehicle, we're simply going to call it vehicle, and we're going to use the new constructor keyword, and we're going to pass through some information to this vehicle so that it returns to us a vehicle object with the following properties. I've given it a name, a make, and a model, a base price and year. We've given it a transmission and a drive. We've also declared some of these Boolean values, and we've made it a certain grade and given it some mileage, previous owners, some more Boolean values for the luxury, and we've declared it as being a luxury class vehicle, so that's the particular type of advertisement template that we should get back. And we've given it basically all of the values that it expects when it's creating the object. And so after having created the bluebook object and the vehicle object, we're simply just going to print out to the console the vehicle.getVehicleName, and then we're going to print out a colon, and then I'm going to call the method from the bluebook object we've created called getAppraisal, and I'm going to pass through the vehicle object that we've created to that bluebook, and the bluebook is going to do all the rest. It's going to go ahead and call all the methods of the price adjuster, accumulate all of those values, and then return to us the final appraisal value, which should be printed to the console screen here with the vehicle name. And so we'll go ahead and try to compile this, and as I mentioned before, there are some errors that are going to crop up, but we'll fix them one at a time. So let's go ahead and do a Java compiler /d.star.java. And the first thing we notice is we have an error in the price adjuster class on line 97. It says identifier expected, and it is pointing right here in the parameters of the method. And so first thing I've noticed is that we have forgotten to include the fact that this price is a double type. So let's jump into the price adjuster and fix that. Price adjuster, line number 97. And here we have forgotten to define that as being type double. So we'll save that and we'll try to compile this again. I'm actually going to make this a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to see here. All right, we'll run that compiler again. And now we got a few more errors. Let's see, price adjuster, line 3, cannot find symbol for our import statement, the Java util.localDate. And so this was definitely a mistake on my part. This is not part of the utility library. This is actually part of the time library. So it's going to be java.time.localDate, and that'll fix that one. So we'll go ahead and try to run this again. Okay, next we have, in the bluebook class in line 27, we have a declaration to assign a value to final price, price adjuster dot grade price adjust, and also mileage price adjust in line 28. And so this is actually an error not in the bluebook, but in the price adjuster class. And so this error, very simple oversight. If we go down here to the grade price adjust, or rather in the bluebook, price adjuster dot grade price adjust. Okay, so now the error is I'm calling a method called gradePriceAdjust, but we've mistakenly named the method gradePriceAdjuster. And so just for consistency, I'm going to change it here. I'm going to call it gradePriceAdjust because all of the other methods in the priceAdjuster class are called adjust. So let's fix that. And also down here, the mileagePriceAdjuster, misnamed, it should be mileagePriceAdjust. And so we'll fix those two errors and we'll try to compile it again. Okay, so now we have here final price being assigned a call to the method priceAdjuster.accidentHistoryPriceAdjust. And the error is it can't find the symbol vehicle.isAccidentHistory. This is an error that we had a couple of videos ago where I mistakenly forgot that the method calls of the vehicle all have the name vehicle in them. So this should be vehicle.isVehicleAccidentHistory, not isAccidentHistory. So we can change that really quickly. And right here, accident history, we're going to change that to is vehicle accident history. And that takes care of that error. Let's see if we can compile this now. All right, and now it looks like it worked. So if we try to run it, we're going to run our testing class, which we've already reviewed, booker.test. And perfect, we do have the name of the car, and we have a double appraisal value here. I can't necessarily demonstrate in this video that the bluebook worked, all of the calculations worked correctly, but this is about what I was expecting. And so if we were to jump in here and just make a couple of quick changes to our test vehicle here, let's change it from a base price of $40,000. Let's make it a 2010. Let's make some of these true. Let's take off some mileage. Let's say it's got 10,000 miles. Let's take off a previous owner. And let's, that should be good. We'll save that. So we should get somewhat of a different appraisal value here. We'll go in here and recompile everything. And then we will rerun it. And so now we've actually drastically affected the price. It went from $6,400 down to $3,900. And so we can actually, as we continue to develop this application, go in there and we can override the toString method so that we can tap a little bit deeper into the method calls and see exactly how these values are changing. But this, just for the purposes of this video, this was a great unit test. It looks like both of these objects are working correctly, so we can actually move forward and try to finish this project up by designing our model view controller and integrating all of this into those three classes. So we're getting really close to the finish line here. This app has really taken form, and it really does a lot of sophisticated functionality. So hopefully everything in these videos have been fun and educational. Can't wait to see everyone back again in the next video, and have a wonderful night.